Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first, well, technically the second Ask Wombat Anything on the Womplay's YouTube channel. Here we will cover all of the questions the community sent us so far, all of the questions that you guys might have, and update you on the latest things that are going on Wombat. Maybe drop a couple of hints at what we're going to do the next. Who knows? Um, with me today, I have Adrian, our CEO, and you may have seen me popping on Telegram and Discord, covering your questions, providing support. That's me, Olga. But Adrian, let's say hello to our community, shall we?
Hey, great to be here. Things are great. But yeah, so a couple of things about myself. I have a background in mathematics and computer science, so I guess that's a bit relevant to what we're doing here. I used to work for Deutsche Börse, the German stock exchange operator. So I have a background in markets and trading and stuff. And I dove into the entire Bitcoin and blockchain space around early 2013, where I first bought Bitcoin. Back then it was about $80, I believe. And it actually stuck with me. So I couldn't let go of it, really. So we decided, back then I had a software development company together with my colleagues, and we decided to move into professional blockchain in 20 after, right? But we then decided that blockchain is not going to go away. And this led effectively to the launch of, well, Spielworks, what is now Spielworks, early 2018, where we formed a company to actually dive into blockchain properly for good, basically, right? Yeah, here we go. Here we are building great stuff, building Wombat, Womplay, Chain Clash, and having a lot of fun while doing so, specifically with the folks out there, with all of you out there who are actually playing games on Womplay, using Wombat to deal with DeFi and EOS or playing games on EOS and stuff. So that's really cool and great to have all of you here.
All right. I think it's time we attended to our other baby. Womplay has only been out for several months, but it has accumulated a lot of traction. It has definitely grasped everyone's attention in this space, really. Every time we talk to anyone, people say that Womplay is awesome. And I don't think I will be mistaken if I say that this is exactly the thing that gets most of the people on EOS nowadays. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, it's actually funny that I mean, Wombat has been the fastest growing EOS wallet this year, and now we're like in the combination between Wombat and Womplay, we're actually creating more than 50% of all new EOS mainnet accounts on daily or on a weekly basis. So we probably are the biggest in terms of new accounts created, because if you do more than 50%, then there's nobody else who can do that. Yeah. So and the majority of this growth has now been coming over the last 3 months has been coming from Womplay, right?
Yep.
And I and everybody else actually at Spielworks has been blown away by the feedback that we've been getting from specifically the EOS community, where everybody was getting super excited about how we're actually able to like keep EOS growing through Womplay as kind of a natural onboarding solution for gamers onto the EOS blockchain, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's as simple and as promising as it gets when it comes to getting on the blockchain without even having to know what a blockchain is and how it works and what you can do upfront, right? So I think that this is pretty exciting, and this is how we started Womplay, and yeah, it's been working really nicely, and people are having fun playing a lot of games, and we're really happy about that. And there's tons of people from all over the world joining Womplay. And yeah, and playing these games, and we're really happy about all the feedback that we're getting. It's obviously still a very young product. It's been yeah, a little bit more than 3 months since we launched it, and we're really excited about how it's been going so far. It's really crazy.
I know, right? And it has been, I don't know how it was for you personally, but I was so excited when we listed our first non-blockchain game, that which actually, there was a realization of this idea, that this proof of concept finally went live, that we can have non-blockchain games with crypto rewards. I think it's absolutely mind-blowing. And that's what some of the community members have been asking about as well. If we're ever going to have double A, triple A PC titles on Womplay.
Who PC titles, right?
To begin with, right? And then we expand onto freaking Nintendo Switch. Wombat for Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with the triple A mobile titles, right? And let's have all of them on first. I think, and we're very thankful for the support that we've been getting from the publishers that we've onboarded so far, because there's obviously a lot of trust that they've had into us, dealing with crypto rewards for the games suddenly, right? They've never done that before.
Yeah, for them, that's a first, just like for us.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, we've been in the crypto space for a long time, right?
Yes.
And for them, it's like, okay, is that really trustworthy? Is that companies that start up from Berlin really trustworthy? What kind of users are they going to bring? Is it worth it? Is there going to be a lot of scam or whatever going on, right? And turns out that they're all super happy with us, and we're providing really good results.
Who could think?
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right? We were obviously assuming that this would be great, but you never know for sure. And you're always, whenever you launch a new product, you're always a bit nervous, maybe, I wouldn't say anxious, but at least a little bit nervous, and obviously excited, but also a bit nervous about, is that all gonna work? Are the technical integrations gonna work? And obviously they're not working 100% of the time, and we're always working on improving that. But it's been like working and running really well, and this is something that I never take for granted, having worked in the IT industry for over 15 years now. You can't ever take working systems for granted.
Yes.
And the fact that it's been a win-win-win for everyone. That's also fascinating. That this Womplay seems to work for the people who play. It seems to work for the publishers who are offering the games, and it seems to work for us as well. So I really love it.
Oh yeah. But I mean, we already know one example in the Hue space, for instance, that connects to a major title like Dota 2 by a Steam API. Do you think something like that could be possible with Womplay? Or are we really actually planning to expand onto desktop or console titles at some point?
I mean, what you were referring to farm game, right?
Yes.
That's obviously doable, right? If we want, or if like when the time comes, that's something that we can totally do. So far, we've been focusing on mobile first games and like mostly mobile games. There is no reason not to do the same thing for desktop games, aside from focus. And we want to offer the best possible experience as usual. And it's really hard to offer the same great experience for mobile and desktop because they're essentially really different platforms, and also the systems. The systems connected there are really different.
Yeah.
So there's like, as I said, there's no reason not to do it, but we first have to kind of nail the mobile experience, and then we can start tackling desktop and consoles.
I mean, that's completely understandable. You already said that we have sort of a standard for all the apps we're listing, which is a great UX, and it would be inconsistent not to do the same with Womplay and the games that we list there. But how about some rewards elements on Womplay? We already figured out the EU space with direct challenges and the cash outs for Wombats. Will we ever add some other cryptos to Womplay? I guess when Wombat will be compatible with other blockchains, major ones like Ethereum and Bitcoin, we can also do that. Or do we have any plans regarding this?
I mean, anything is doable, right? But there's a few things that that are really cool about EOS again, and really drove us to use EOS as the payout currency for Womplay. First of all, it needs to be exchangeable for local currency, right? And it needs to be exchangeable for local currency in many ways on many different platforms. I think that's been one of the questions as well. Where can I do that, right? And at least in many major countries, there are services like Coinbase. Binance at least has a fiat on-ramp. I'm not sure about the off-ramp yet, but there's Kraken. There's quite a bunch of exchanges who offer fiat exchange. And there's also services, if there's obviously countries where Coinbase is not accessible, but in these countries you still have services like Crypto Locally, where you can exchange EOS for your local currency, and I think that's pretty great. And you don't have that with all the cryptos. You don't have that with all the currencies, right? So you don't want to use any kind of super small, like small market cap crypto token that you can't exchange for your local currency, right? But on the other hand, you also want to be able to pay out really small amounts really quickly and really cheaply. That's one thing. And secondly, you want the amounts that have been paid out, that may be a few cents, a few dollars, sometimes more. Sometimes some of our users have earned beyond 50 EOS already, right? But you want these assets, these tokens, to be usable. And if on Ethereum, even if we can send you, even if we could send you, and there's ways to do that, could send you Ethereum tokens, ETH tokens very cheaply from Womplay, you might get a small amount that you can't use all by yourself, because the gas you would have to pay to transfer it anywhere would be higher than the amount that you have, right? And this is the main reason for us to actually stick with at least EOS-based blockchain, EOS-based assets, because they're really cheap to transfer. So what we'll be experimenting with, though, are going to be other EOS-based assets and tokens. I think that we'll have some challenges or other rewards where you can get certain amounts of certain tokens directly, and we'll see how well that works. That will be we'll have that fairly soon, but the main currency for now will remain EOS. So we're going to be doing the payouts through the EOS token most of the time.
That makes sense. But you already touched on the subject slightly. What about different ways of redeeming Wombats? You already mentioned that EOS will be the main crypto, but do you ever kind of envision Womplay to I don't know, to connect to PayPal, for instance, something?
Well, PayPal is a bit difficult because I mean, there's other gaming reward platforms that pay you with vouchers, for instance, Amazon vouchers or PayPal vouchers. But there is always kind of a minimum threshold for withdrawal through these vouchers because it's fairly expensive to run payments through them, right? And this is really a difference to EOS. What we will be adding though, and I think we've been asked hundreds of times, what is going to be next for Womplay, and how else, what else people will be able to do with their Wombats. There will be a ton of things that people that will be adding to Womplay in general. So there's going to be I don't want to promise too much, or I don't want to spoil too much, but there will be for sure different ways of redeeming your Wombats for things that will let you earn even more on the platform. And yeah, I'm already pretty excited thinking about what's going to come in the first 3 to 6 months next year. There's so many cool things. Yeah, we'll lay out a more detailed roadmap once we have it fixed. But for now, I think that everyone can be super excited. And I mean, it may be worth saving a few Wombats, but it's also cool to just redeem them right now.
Okay, that's definitely an intriguing info beat you shared here. But in general, I guess this goes the same way as for the Wombat token, that Wombats will probably remain just like an internal soft currency. They'll never be made into crypto tokens. Or
Yeah, so we've been asked that as well, right? Why are Wombats not a token, or are they a token? And how can I redeem them? How can I trade them? We didn't want to create a token that would be so inflationary as Wombats are, right? There are so many people earning so many Wombats every day. With any token, that would become problematic, and we didn't want to kind of have to change the economics of Wombats while we're running the platform, right? So that was a deliberate decision not to make Wombats a token. I wouldn't entirely exclude that there will be some kind of a different model to it at some point. So there may be kind of a token that can be earned on Womplay. But we'll see how the next 3 months go before actually starting into this world, actually, because that's very complicated. You have to get your economy right. Many of the token projects on EOS have not been able to get their economy right. So they're struggling with low price, and people then are complaining, why is the price so low? And we definitely want to avoid that, right? So specifically with tokens that can get earned a lot and that have a very strong inflation this typically gets really difficult. And like I said, we wanted to avoid that. So things should be super simple. And Wombats have made it super simple for us to actually hand out rewards and let people redeem them. And I think that that this has been working really well. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of more options, but for now we'll also stick with Wombats as non-blockchain based, non-tokens basically.
Yeah. Let's ask the community though, if you guys think that redeeming Wombats for EOS and then handling EOS after that was easy for you. Drop us a thumb up in the live chat. We'll see how many of you are there acing the blockchain. But there was one other question that popped particularly often, and I guess this kind of fits the overall umbrella "what's next" topic. But let's see if it also appeared in the live chat. I'm pretty sure it did. Oh yeah, the topic of giveaways, rewards, and whatnot. I think we did a pretty cool job back for Wombat's first anniversary with the birthday carnival, right? And a lot of people liked it. So naturally, they're asking if we're ever going to run more of the things like that with Womplay or Wombat. And of course, there also goes the question of the prize pool, whether it's
Yeah.
going to rise.
I think that we've had a bit of a reputation for these giveaways,
Yeah.
right? Essentially, well, OnePlay itself is also designed to be a way of running them constantly, right? So basically, these one battles, as we used to call them, they are now part of OnePlay, right? And this was a decision that we made very early on, that we wanted to keep these games for as much as it's possible and for as much as as this is working well. But obviously, yes, there will for sure be more giveaways on both the Wombat and the OnePlay side. There will be definitely more challenges for OnePlay. This was one of the questions, right?
Yeah.
We've just concluded our Empire Four Kingdoms challenge today,
Pretty
which was
exciting.
amazing. I find it really amazing how quickly people have made it to level 30.
It was such a roller coaster because there was Ran, I think, who have basically camped the top spot for over a week, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. I think I saw his messages on Telegram, and I think he's pretty mad.
Well,
Sorry,
but I think
dude.
I mean, any of the times, right? Like I was playing Empire 4K as well, and I was trying to make it. I'm still not level 30, right? Shame on me, but this is like anything below a week is really impressive. But 8 hours, I don't even know how that's possible, right? I would like to see a walkthrough. I hope it's been recorded, because I don't know how many buildings you have to skip in order to get there. It's like it's impressive.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think that was really cool. It was really cool to see how many people actually participated, how many people tried level 30, how many people actually achieved level 30, in what times. Really impressive. And there's going to be a lot more of these challenges. It's not like these challenges are not as straightforward as the challenges that we run for the blockchain games, for EOS Racing and for Solitaire and Hexapuzzle. So these challenges we can basically run on and on forever, right? But with the other challenges, we always have to pay a little bit of attention, and this is what we kind of hear very often, right? That we shouldn't exclude existing players, and obviously that makes it super difficult to design challenges. So there will be a bit of a mix between challenges for new players and challenges for everyone. But for sure, we're working on a ton of challenges for all the games that we've listed.
That would be so cool because I think a lot of people would like to would love to get back on Forge of Empires if we added, let's say, an extra competitive element to that, or some kind of a easier multiplayer, I guess. Because right now we have guilds and associations and alliances everywhere, which you guys can find in our earnest reviews videos, by the way. But yeah, it would be cool to have something on Womplay directly to sort of, get together and then ace a challenge in the game and get more Wombats or something.
Yeah, I think we're gonna make them a little bit easier than the Empire 4K
Mm-hmm.
one, because like I said, for me it was a struggle, and I think I'm level like 24, 25 now, and it's like wow.
Yeah, yeah, for
I want to
sure.
be able to complete them as well, like me and my own play style and time.
That is also true. There's an interesting question in the live chat. Will there ever be Womplay original games? Mm,
Ooh,
yeah.
I would love that. So again, if there are people out there who want to build a game, we can totally make that into a one play original. But right now, it's not our focus to build games ourselves as much as actually bringing together people who want to play with games that are already existing.
Hmm.
But never say never.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that could be pretty great, but I think we have something, well, or we'll have something. This is a little bit of a stretch, but we will have more gamification kind of elements on the platform, right?
Yeah, we already have. We'll be launching the first piece of that very soon. Like I think maybe next week, right before the holidays.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so that there's a little more things and yeah, things that you can do basically on Womplay. So yeah, there's going to be a ton more. So there may be items. I said it earlier, right? There may be something like items or boosts or whatever. And don't want to spoil the surprise too much.
That's completely understandable. Um, there was one thing I think that people also were wondering about, is the seasonal event. Regardless of the things we saw on our side, I think a lot of people loved it, especially since we introduced thematic quick plays and whatnot. There was simply more for people to kind of see and do. And there was a question if we're going to do the same thing for these holidays. We should see this cursed year off with a bang.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now that many people around the world can't really celebrate the holidays,
Yeah.
be it Christmas or New Year's, we should actually give them something to celebrate with. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a holiday event with a little bit of a prize pool boost.
Oh yeah. Then I guess we just keep giving people more and more things to be excited about, and we'll continue doing that.
I really hope so, and we really appreciate any feedback. We really appreciate anyone watching right now and asking questions and providing your feedback. And we're tirelessly working on improving your experience. So it's always great to hear what else you would like, what else you don't like, and yeah, where else we might want to look.
Precisely that. All right, it looks like we don't have anything else in the chat that hasn't been asked before. And Do you have any goodbye words for our community members, Adrian?
Keep on playing. It's always great to see people engaged in the games so much, and in the guilds, and in on our Discord, in our Telegram, on Twitter, and just yeah, connect with one another and play games together. It's a lot of fun. If in Alvenar or in Forge of Empires or so, you can actually help others out and get rewarded for it in the game. That I think that's great. But you also get rewarded in Womplay. So just keep on playing, have a lot of fun, and obviously have a great holiday season. And hope to see all of you in our next AMA, which will definitely hold next year.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I would even go with the next month, which is technically next year.
Yeah.
All right, then. We thank everyone once again who tuned in and asked the questions live. We will obviously post the recap for everyone, and you might get the most interesting beats from this AMA in your email. So watch out for for the inboxes. Thanks a lot, everyone, and see you, as Adrian said, next year. Bye
Thanks a lot.
bye.
Bye.